Welcome to today's technical drawing class. Today we're going to be working on the development of solids. The question says, draw the development of the truncated cone using AA as the seam. So this is AA. So when they say using AA as the seam, it simply means we're going to draw from like this. The development is going to be done like this. They made here AA is going to be done like this. So they say we should draw the development of the truncated cone using this side as the seam, so that our development is going to be done this way. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to get this shape on our paper. So we're going to start with a horizontal line. So on this horizontal line, I'm going to measure the distance 64 millimeters. I'm going to measure the distance is from here to here, so I'm going to measure 64 millimeters. Yeah. So next, the cone is like a triangle. So in order to get this diagram here, we have to first of all get the complete triangle. Okay, the distance from the base to the top is 64 millimeters. That's the perpendicular height. So I'm going to find the midpoint of this line first. Half of 32, half of 64 is 32. I'm going to mark 32. And from this point, I'm going to draw a line upwards. Then I'm going to measure 64 millimeters on this line. Now, from this point, this is where the triangle will be formed. So initially, I'm going to draw this with thin lines. Now, this is because this triangle is not the actual object we want to draw. The next thing I'm going to do is to get this curve here. So as you can see, they first of all got the curve. To get the curve, we have to get this point where our compass will be on. So we'll measure a distance of 38 from this topmost part. Measure a distance of 38 from this topmost part. Okay. And from this point, I'm going to draw a line through it. Mm, Okay. So from the base to this point is 54 millimeters. So now from this base to this point is 54 millimeters. So I'm going to measure 54 millimeters. 54 millimeters. Now from this point, using my compass with a radius of 50, we'll put it on this point and we'll draw an arc. Okay, so now we can taking out the actual drawing. Okay, so this is the actual drawing that we are meant to draw. The next thing to do is, so after we've gotten this drawing, we are going to draw a semicircle under this, at the base of this triangle. I'm going to draw a semicircle under it. Using our compass, we'll just put it at the middle, get the radius, and we're just going to draw our semicircle at the base of this triangle. The reason for the semicircle is because this is a cone. Because it's a cone, its base is like a circle. The cone, when divided into 6 parts, will have its divisions a bit different from the normal way a normal line will be divided into 6 parts. So with this semicircle, it can help us to divide the line into 6 circular or into 6 parts, according, because it's a circle. If it were a straight line, it would be equal, but because it's a circle, it's not going to be as equal. So we're going to divide this semicircle into 6 equal parts. I'll put my compass here. I'll put my compass here. I'll mark. Then I'm going to draw a line from the midpoint to the semicircle. And then from this point, I'm going to mark here and mark here. So we have these different points now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's not how this works. So from this point now, I'm going to draw a straight line to touch the circle. To touch From these points now that I've marked, I'm going to draw a straight line to touch this baseline. So this was the point I was making before. If I were to divide the line into 6 equal parts, it would be more equal. But because it's a circle, this side here and this side here are not the same. This side and this side are not the same. This side and this side are not the same. Now from this point here, I'm going to draw it all the way to this center point on top, all the way to the top of the triangle. Okay. Next we do it. Next we'll move on to is getting the development. So on this line, we're going to extend it a little bit over here. And from any point of we can choose any point. We'll just pick here. Then we'll use our compass. We'll first of all extend it to this point. That's the length of here to here. With that radius, we're going to take it and we're going to mark an arc here. After that, we'll put our compass on that point, on any point on that arc. And then we'll extend it back to this point that we made here. Then we're just going to draw a large arc like this. Yeah. Next, we're going to join this point here and this point here together. Okay. We're going to extend from this point to this point. From where this line, this picture, first of all, the object from this edge here to this line. Then secondly, where this line we've drawn, this thin line inside that we've drawn, where it meets the object here, where it meets this curve, we want to extend it to this line, extend this here, extend this here, extend this here, extend this here, and extend this here. So let's just start here. From this point here, I need to draw a line. From this point here, draw a line. From this point here, draw, from this point here, from this point, from this point, and then finally from this point here. Once we've gotten all these points, then using our compass, we're going to put it on this point we marked here before. We're going to put it there. And then we're going to, from all these points, we're going to use our compass and draw it as curves this way. So from this point to the first one, we're going to draw an arc. From this point to the second one, we're going to draw an arc. From this point to the third one, we're going to draw an arc. This point to the fourth one, we are going to draw an arc. So we've gotten that part now. Another thing to do now is to get the demarcations on this line. So from the middle point here to this point here, either this point or this side, we're going to come here. And because we divided this line into 6 equal parts, we're going to make 12 demarcations here. So use 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Now where it ended here, we need to join it to this point here. So it forms this fully extended cone. And I'm going to extend all these parts down to the end. So from here to here. Okay. Now from all these demarcations we've done here, we're going to draw them to this center point here. So from the first one, we draw a line. From the second one, draw a line. The third one, draw a line. Fourth one, draw a line. Fifth one, we draw a line. Now, from the first line, let me number these places again. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. From this point here, 0 to here, would mark it 0. Mark that point. 1, okay, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So 0 to 0, 1 to 1, 2 to 2, 3 to 3, 4 to 4, yeah, 5 to 5, 6 to 6. Continue like this. 7 to 12 is like 5, 4 to 0. So, oh, let me write it that way. Hmm, hmm. Okay. So after 6, I'm going to get from 0 to 6 and then from 6 back to 0. So that's 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. This makes the work easier. So after number 6, we'll just go back to number 5 and then keep counting like that. Number 4, number 3, number 2, number 1, and eventually 0. Lastly, we are going to use our French curve to get all of these together. We're also going to thicken out these lines on the arc of the circle. So I'm going to make this arc bold. And the next thing we are going to do is dimension our work. So this diagram here is the development of this truncated cone. The next thing we're going to do is to dimension our work. So don't forget to subscribe, like, comment, and share with your friends. Thank you for watching.